democracy is wasted on those who defile Earthrealm.
I'll pick your bones clean.
Savagery is no match for speed.
Mala Ulprad sunt. Misfortune comes uninvited. It hungers for blood, craving eternal darkness. The time to repent is over! I will take up arms again! Step out of the shadows and teach them true darkness!
The world of Days Gone is breathtaking. You'll be tempted to stop and look out at the lush valleys, the many rivers and waterfalls, but don't. You're not a tourist here. You're fighting to survive. Scarred by ancient volcanoes, extreme environments like lava fields and caves make perfect hideouts for marauders. Enemy camps are dangerous because their locations are so varied, encouraging you to use different tactics and strategies. Riding cross-country through dense forests or on narrow trails through steep ravines will push you to your limit. Riding through abandoned truck stops, small towns, infested logging camps is even more dangerous. Early on, as the pandemic spread, trainloads of corpses were brought into the wilderness for mass burial. These grave sites are now feeding grounds for freakers, making for some deadly rides and intense horde fights. Weather, harsh and unpredictable. In the northern Cascade region, heavy rain will muddy up those windy trails. Snow in the mountains and foothills will make the freakers even stronger and more dangerous. With 6 regions filled with abandoned Nero checkpoints, survivor camps, choked off tunnels, explore the world of Days Gone at your peril.
I never pictured my first trip to DC would be like this. After we survived the initial attack in New York, our capital needed us. But with the country slipping into civil war, who can we trust?
After months of resilience, we have survived the virus outbreak that crippled our country.
Outside those walls, it's perdition. Whatever you're doing out there, we're not feeling it in here.
But the fight to save our nation from total collapse is far from over.
Get down! Everybody, get down!
Ruthless factions threaten to destroy the very fabric of our democracy. Roving packs of hyenas, religious outcasts, and depraved fascists prey on the weak and murder the innocent. For division agents still struggling to hold this country together, it's time we kick our enemies out of their castles. We will not compromise. We will never surrender.
This is our defining moment. Our chance to take back our country. Our chance to shape history.
Terminate any Division agents with extreme prejudice.
It's so cold. It's supposed to snow later tonight, so be careful coming home, okay? I guess you've probably taken off by now. Let me know when you land. Yuri can't wait to see his daddy. Well, I'll see you soon. I love you.
I'm Sam, and I'm sitting here with Bruce, the producer for Degrees of Separation.
Hey, what's going on?
Bruce, we're taking a look at the gameplay of Degrees of Separation today, and I think a great starting point would just be to ask, who are the two characters in Degrees of Separation that we're looking at?
So right now we're looking at Ember. Ember kind of comes from this tree world. She sort of is used to living in a vibrant, warm world, and that's contrasted by Rhyme. Right? Rhyme is sort of this Nordic hero that comes from a long line of heroes. He lives in this sort of cold, desolate world all by himself.
And so the story, which is written by Chris Avallone, is narrated by voice actress Kira Buckland. We're going to get a chance to hear her voice in this video.
Both stepped on the bridge together, matching each other's steps. Yet as they came close, the air shimmered with a star-like glow, coalescing into a barrier, and the bridge between their worlds collapsed. And this was the day Ember met Rhyme.
I think she's such a great choice for the game. She really adds a lot to the narrative and the environment of the game.
Yeah, she's perfect to this role. She was able to find a very conversational voice. It kind of feels like she's just sitting right across the table from you, just telling you the story like, you know, you're one of her friends or something.
And Chris Avellone of Planescape Torment and Fallout New Vegas fame, this is kind of a different venture for him, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely a lot different from a traditional RPG. There's even a lot of challenges with sort of the way that the story is structured, just because Ember and Ryan, the characters that are playing through them, they kind of have most of the agency. So it was definitely a new challenge for him, but I think he did a really, really great job with it.
Awesome. And a lot of the themes and degrees of separation we're going to be able to look at in this video with the concepts of hot and cold. And I think anyone who's watching this video can see that they're literally separated by their two different worlds. Can you speak more to that?
Yeah, so it's sort of like a fairy tale world where their homes have kind of become bound up with them. So although now they've sort of left their homes, they're together in this other world, but Ryan has brought this sort of elemental plane of ice with him, and Ember has brought sort of this natural forest realm of warmth with her. But this separation also becomes a huge part of the puzzles and becomes a force that brings them together as they try to overcome it.
That's super cool. We'll take a look at some of these puzzles as we're moving through the game. Can you speak a bit more about how the forces of hot and cold are used in the gameplay to solve different puzzles and interact with the environment?
Yeah, and you can see it right on the screen right now. So the elemental forces affect the environment around them. So Ryan will freeze bodies of water. He's able to sort of create snowballs. And Ember activates, the warmth of Ember's world activates vents and is used basically to overcome challenges throughout the world.
That's very cool. And each level of the world has a different gameplay aspect that interacts with the elements of hot and cold. Is that correct?
Yeah, so one thing that's interesting that we'll see as we sort of move along is that as Ember and Ryan move between different worlds, this sort of barrier between them, they gain various kinds of control over it. So at one point it becomes an explosive force between them and they can use that to their own advantage. At other points in the game it becomes a solid barrier that they can sort of manifest and use it to climb up to obstacles that they wouldn't be able to reach.
Can we talk a little bit more about the story of the game and how each level represents a different aspect of their relationship?
Yeah, so a lot of the mechanics and worlds tie into the story to a large extent. So for example, in this world that we're looking at, the kind of theme of the world is conflict. And the mechanic that's introduced here is this explosive force that separates the two characters whenever they get close enough. So in this world, we're seeing their sort of relationship be strained for the first time, and that's reinforced by the actual mechanic that you're using while you're playing through it.
Well, thanks for your time today, Bruce. We're looking forward for everyone to play Degrees of Separation when it launches.
Acquisitions Incorporated is not for the faint of heart.
You will be tested to your limits. You will find your deepest reserves and push past them.
We know there's a temple in Chult that has a real gem called the Heart of Fire.
Whoever you are, listen. Grab anything that isn't nailed to this deck and shoot it back.
Did I mention you're going to a Beholder convention? Because you are absolutely going to a Beholder convention.
We've got two jobs. We gotta protect this vault, and we gotta look good doing it.
What I wouldn't give for some interns.
seems like the world is going to shit, doesn't it?
Must be Y2K.
What's Y2K?
People are afraid the world is going to end, so we might as well capitalize on that fear.
Hey, aren't you the girl who's ripping up holes in reality in his town?
I am. But don't believe everything you read on the internet.
Alex, can I ask you a serious question?
Panda, have you noticed how weird things have been? The world's going to end. You saw it in the Lie Dungeon.
What? What the hell are you talking about?
Ow! Wow. Oh, shit! It's an entity!
Alex, someone take me, please!
Are you gonna kill us? Will you tell me what the hell is going on? All that Y2K panic? What if people can sense the end is coming?